Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Today we're out here with the Outdoors RV 19 MKS, and today we're going to dive into the guts of this RV, and I'm going to show you some areas that you need to know about in this RV. These would apply to a lot of RVs, not just the 19 MKS, so it doesn't matter what RV you own, but specifically we're going to talk about some of these maintenance features you need to be aware of in the 19 MKS. And just before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about some of my ownership experience with this particular RV. Again, the Outdoors 19 MKS. This is the start of our third camping season with this RV, and we've done a lot of miles and a lot of trips, and we just got back from a trip down in Southeast Idaho with our mountain bikes, and we had a blast. So as we enter our third camping season with the 19 MKS, we have had no issues, no mechanical issues, no system failures, no leaks, nothing. Everything's worked beautifully on this RV. I've been super happy with it. Nothing's broken, fallen off, the awning works, all the systems work. This last trip we were just on, we took our mountain bikes, we strap them on the back. We had temperatures of like 40 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning, up to like 75 degrees in the afternoon. So we were running the furnace in the morning, the air conditioning system in the afternoon. Everything worked flawlessly. The fridge works really good. You know, again, all the systems work fine in this RV. We haven't tripped any breakers, nothing. So again, I'm going to show you some maintenance things that you need to do. Maintenance on this is very simple and very easy. So I'm going to take you through a few of those maintenance things as we dive into the guts of this thing. So, you know, let's get into it. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to look at is this little access panel that comes off of here and directly under your stove. This panel, behind this panel, is some important things to note. First, you have your hot water heater with the bypass valves. So when you're winterizing your RV, it's important to know where these are, so that you can either run antifreeze through the system without running all that antifreeze into your water heater, or if you do like I do, I use compressed air and blow the system out. I don't want to fill the water heater full of air from my air compressor. I'd rather just blow out the internals. So these valves are really important in that maintenance. Also back in here is the water pump. You can see it back there, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little filter, stainless steel filter, and that needs to be cleaned as well once in a while. It really doesn't get that dirty, but it could, so you might need to look at that and inspect it. Right, and so then you've got a little drain valve, or a little valve here that you can shut off your water supply. And one of the other things that's key to this is Outdoors RV provides this little hose here. So for those of you that do winterize with antifreeze, you just take the plug off the bottom and stick this into the jug of antifreeze, switch the supply valve down here so you're not pulling out of your tank, and you start drawing out of your antifreeze, and you can pull antifreeze through the system. So very important compartment in here, right? Very easy to get to, just 4 screws come off, and you can get to this compartment. So that's the first key area of maintenance in the guts of the 19 MKS that you need to be aware of. Okay, the next area of importance is in the bathroom, and there's another panel here. It's behind this door in the 19 MKS in your sink area. Open that up and you can see water line drain valve location. These are what's referred to as your low point drains, and these are important for, again, for winterization. So you want to be able to get in here, open up these drain valves, and drain all the water out of your system. All right, so let's pop this panel off and take a look at that real quick. All right guys, so we got that access panel off, and right down there you can see There's a couple of valves. See if I can set this down, this light down here. Kind of hard to see, but there's a couple valves. One right here I've got my finger on, and another one right back here, hot and cold water. Now if you turn these valves, you open up the drains to the outside, and all the water from your system will drain out of the RV onto the ground, right? And this just allows you to drain all of the water out of your water lines. Again, for winterization purposes, or if you had to repair a leak or something big, you'd want to know where that is, and that's where they are on the 19 MKS. And again, this would apply to just about any RV. You know, there might be a few other things in here you should probably orientate yourself to, but this is pretty typical. This is just one of the heater ducts that go through, but that's what's in here behind that panel in the bathroom is your low point drains. Again, another important feature of any RV, and this is where they are in the 19 MKS. Okay, there's one other compartment here in the 19 MKS, and again, this would be typical on most RVs. You have an access panel underneath your shower tub here, and this panel allows you to get to this P-trap if you needed to get to it. If you had a clog or you needed to get in and clean something, you can pull this apart and clean it out and put it all back together. So it's meant to be able to get in here if you have to clean that drain out. All right, and you can kind of see what you got back here. That's about all there is, really. But it's important to know if you start getting a backup or you drop something down the drain or whatever, that you can get in here and service this this plumbing. Okay, another important system, guys. This is your electrical panel. This is in the 19 MKS. It sits right below the fridge. And if you trip a breaker or you have some kind of electrical problem or fault, this is where you can come in and kind of see. The panel is all labeled, so you know exactly what breaker does what, or what fuse does what. And you can see if it's tripped right here, reset it, and you're good to go. I would carry some spare fuses. Right, you can see the fuses in there. I'd carry a few spares, and just in case you have an electrical problem, this is where you would probably start troubleshooting right here. But again, you're limited to, hey, it's a trip breaker. You want to find out what tripped it first before you start messing around and resetting anything. But this is where you do it. Again, really easy to find this right there in the kitchen below the fridge in the 19 MKS. Okay, so none of that stuff inside was rocket science or anything like that. It's really simple, but it's good to know, and I really wanted to show you the 19 MKS specifically. If you're going to buy an RV, it's good to know that it's easy to get to that stuff. I've owned RVs where it was impossible to get to the bypass valves on the water heater. Impossible. Made maintenance a total headache, and I hated it. You want to make sure you look for this sort of thing, but again, everything in the 19 MKS, super easy to get to. I haven't had any issues, like I said, with anything. So hope that was useful to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Good morning from the garage. I'm out here doing a little winter maintenance on my outdoors RV 19 MKS. Really, this kind of applies to every RV though. I'm going to be greasing the wheel bearings. Pretty simple process. And while I'm down here, I'm going to also grease up all the Zerk fittings on the suspension. There's a number of them. All right, I'd like to hit this back one here. Now, this is 2 years, 2 full seasons of running, and these brakes and axles and everything, they still look like brand new. So really wearing well, but every year when I have the RV in the garage for winter and it's just sitting here, I like to perform this sort of maintenance, just have it done, so when spring rolls around, all I have to do is pull it out of the garage and go. I still have some other maintenance to do, but this is probably the big one. You have to pull the wheel off, so you have the wheel pulled off. Really easy to do. I've got my grease gun ready to go. I'm using like marine grade general purpose grease for this. And my handy floor jack. Really simple to put this up in the air and get the wheels off, no problem at all. So anyway, I also give it a good inspection to make sure everything underneath is looking good. I'll get a light up under there and check everything out. But yeah, I'm going to hit all these Zerk fittings. Before you hit them, I clean them all off to make sure there no dirt gets inside when I'm injecting grease in those fittings. So I have those all cleaned off, ready to go. All I have to do is hit them. Really, really simple to do, really fast, doesn't take long at all. But it's an important piece of maintenance. Otherwise, you risk your bearings getting really hot, and that can lead to a lot of problems. It can lead to seized wheel bearings. It can lead to overheating even your tires and blowing your tires out. You know, a lot of problems can result from not doing this maintenance. So highly recommended, really quick. Didn't want to take a whole lot of time. I checked the tire wear and the general tire conditions while I'm down here. The suspension, make sure it's all good. At the end of the day, when you're out on the road in the middle of nowhere or you're driving down the freeway, you don't want problems. So again, highly recommend you get this sort of maintenance done. Super quick and easy, a few simple tools. So let's get it done and get these joints lubed up and the bearings lubed up, ready for the season. Okay, I got my grease gun hooked up to the bearing Zerk, and pretty simple operation. I like to wear safety glasses when I'm doing this because I'm dealing with pressure. I run my grease gun at about 60 psi, and so we're just gonna pump a little grease in there. And you don't want to overdo it because you don't want to blow your bearings out. That should be enough. I checked and made sure that grease was flowing before I hooked it up, and should be good to go. So I'm going to hit these other Zerks and then be done with this side. And then I'll get this other wheel off, do the other 3 wheels, the other side, and that's it. So let's grease it up. So that's it. All the Zerks hit, wheel bearings greased up. Everything looks good in here. Again, critical maintenance, guys. Get your axles greased. Do it at least every year. Check everything out and be safe on the road.